lot of things into consideration, but an assumption I always make is that we all are good retailers. And by good retailer, I mean we do have good customer service, and our staff is friendly, and we're knowledgeable, and we're open the right hours, and our store is easy to shop, and our customers like to come see us. If we're not winning those things, okay, in other words, if we're known in town for being the lousy customer service place, pricing isn't where we start. Okay, we need to do those things right first. And those, I'm assuming, are all givens for everybody in here, and I know that everybody in here gets that concept, but really evaluate yourself with some reality, and be critical and honest. Am I really good at what we're doing? Is every employee on the floor as sharp as they could be? And if they are, fine, we're ready to go to the next step. But if we're not, let's fix that first. Let's get a training program, let's get the things, the procedures, the policies in place that are going to allow us to be that super retailer. Because I promise you, the Home Depot in your town, they have become superstars. Anybody had a customer tell you about their recent Home Depot experience? You know, Home Depot now is focused solely on customer service, and they are kicking butt. I get there's some stores that aren't, but they are kicking butt. You walk in there, they beat you over the head. Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? Where is this place? It's a different place. I know you haven't been there, so you don't know. But if you go there, you'll see it. And in Menards, anybody from the Midwest, we deal with Menards, not only do you get beat up with customer service, but now their prices are 25% less than Home Depot's, and we're not paying attention because we're too busy worried about what color we're going to paint our office. It doesn't have anything to do with success. The one lesson I like to think of that I got from my dad was if whatever you're spending that money on, Brad, doesn't somehow deliver an improvement to the bottom line, why are you doing it? If you're spending any time in your business on something that doesn't improve the business, why are you doing it? We need to reevaluate where are we focusing our time. As owners and managers, as key personnel in any store, the number one thing you can do in your business to drive success is work on pricing. Again, we're assuming we got customer service and stuff down. Okay? So what's your pricing image? And this is important. This ties into what are you capable of, what can you do? When that person puts their car in reverse and they're headed out to the store to get something, what do they think of when they think, oh, I hate that place? But they're the only one in town that has it. Well, that's not a good image. You know, we want them to be thinking positive things about you. Yeah, I know they're a little bit more, but boy, every time I go in there, they're fantastic. And they load it up in my car for me, and they take care of me, and, you know, I just love going there. And the way that a lot of stores like to think of that is, what would happen if you closed tomorrow? Doors are locked up and you're gone, you're out of business. Is there going to be a line of people out there saying, what? They're gone? What am I going to do now? That was the best store ever. That better be a long line of those people that are devoted, loyal customers that don't want you to close. And we all have that, but we need more. And every customer that comes in the front door, we have to make sure that we're providing them the right image. So pricing versus the big box, and this is the mistake that I think probably most of you in the room are still making. Hopefully you're starting to pay attention. But when we talk about any category of pricing, and don't worry about the numbers, it's not important, but when you think about any category of items, the way that a big box prices every category of items, and again, Lowe's has just complicated this even more, but they take that category, and there's certain items in that category that they realize, you know what, in the paintbrush category, I've got these 2-inch paintbrushes, I am giving these suckers away. We all heard loss leaders, whatever. They're putting them on the end cap in a big dump bin, and they're giving them away. Fantastic. Guess what they have at the other end of the spectrum? They have a few items that they're making 75, 80%. They don't put 10% to the bottom line because they're giving everything away for free. Walmart does the same thing. Lowe's does it. They all do it. But what do? They run an ad on TV. They have their NASCAR driving around the track, and they have the person standing there, we promise we're the lowest price ever. And what do? Well, I don't know what the price is. We need to do better. So if you're following the traditional pricing model, which most stores do, and we say, hey, I'm at 39% margin on everything. Okay, great. Whew, across the paintbrush category, I came here, I bought it all, got the whole great looking display, everything's 39%. Well, on some of those items, the items that they decided to give away, we look silly. We're selling this stuff, we're selling a paintbrush for $6.99, they're at $1.99. Same item. The other end of the spectrum, though, we got an item that we're selling at $14.99, and they're selling it at $19.99. Ever had somebody come in and tell you, wow, you're way less than Home Depot on this? You know, I see the chuckles. Everybody has that happen. Why is that? It's true. It's so insulting to the customer that they're going to tell you, well, you guys are really nuts on this. You're way low. Why? We don't know what we're doing. Okay? The reality is if we could adjust that and we could take any of those categories of items and we could more closely model the lows and the highs through each department, if we could do that, and if I could tell you that you're not going to lose any money doing it, in other words, we're going to trade some of the margin dollars over here for some newfound margin dollars over here, that's the win. That's the variable pricing model that's so important today. To achieve variable pricing, a lot of things have got to happen. Number one, Do It Best has already done a heck of a lot of the work for you. And if you want to argue about individual Do It Best pricing, we can do that all day long, I get it. But across 80,000 items, the Do It Best suggested retail is meant to be a fair price every day, and if you're at that price, you should never look silly. You might not be the lowest in the market, you might not be the highest in the market, but you should always be fair. They've identified the sensitive items, they've identified which things really have to be priced correctly. Again, I get that your market might have some variation, but they've done a good job. So if we're not paying attention to Do It Best suggested retails as a starting point, we're missing the boat. Because what's the alternative? That means that each one of you is going to study all 25,000 items you sell. You're going to tell me what the price is down at Home Depot and what it is at the gas station when none of us even have been to Home Depot. But we're studying it, and somehow we're going to make an intelligent decision about what our prices should be. In fact, a more basic question that probably all of you should ask yourself is, where is my pricing right now? Does anybody know? How did your prices get to where they are today? Am I at Do It Best Retail? Did I tell somebody 10 years ago, put me in Do It Best Retail, but I think that's what's happened? Whatever point of sale system I have, or if I don't have a point of sale, I don't know. Maybe some things are at Do It Best Retail, maybe some things, because I got rounding involved and I'm on MVP, or I do this with IMCS. All the various programs over all the years still come to the same thing. How did you get to where you are? And you should know. And if you were a margin master and you really understood where your profit was coming from, you would know. So we start with Do It Best suggested retail as a benchmark, I guess. And if we're going to move from that, we absolutely know that you know your store and you know your market better than anybody else. And I would tell you that every single market has something that makes it unique. So in my market, for instance, we have like umpteen dollar stores. I don't know, in our little small town of 12,000 people, I think we have 11 dollar stores or something. They must be a good business. But so what does that mean to me? The products that they carry, I need to make sure that I'm not out of line on. That might be unique to my market. If you're in a market that has a huge paint store just in your shopping center or down the street, maybe your paintbrushes have to react differently. You know your market, you know what your customers need. If you're a lumber yard, what things are the sensitive items? What goes with what? Everybody's got that. And that's where your expertise comes in. Nobody can tell you what your market is. What niches do you carry? What are the things that you want to focus on? What are the things you want to push? Everything. Some things we have new departments. We do things for a reason. We can't make the same profit on everything. We absolutely, though, do all of this with the desired goal of driving our pricing image. We want our customers to always perceive us as fairly priced. We aren't gouging anybody. We aren't taking advantage of anybody. We're even making an occasional donation to the Boy Scouts. But we do that because we're the community business. We care. We get it. We can't be the lowest, but we're going to be fair. And if you do that to your customers and you line them all up and you ask them at the door every day they're going out, hey, what do you think of our pricing? They'll say, well, you guys are a little bit more, but you're fair. You win. And you're the store making 8 to 10% of the bottom line. And those of you making 0 to less think that's laughable. It happens all the time, and it's measurable, and it's done over and over. If you're worth the money, they will pay it. They will love to pay it. Okay?